El Camino, a Breaking Bad movie, was directed by Vince Gilligan, the creator of the original series, and it has Aaron Paul returning to his role as Jesse Pinkman immediately following the events of the Breaking Bad series finale for Lena. Jesse has just escaped from captivity and he's now on the run from the law, and he's trying to scrape enough money together to eventually buy his freedom. Everybody's going to say this in their El Camino videos. Yes, Breaking Bad is one of the best TV shows I've ever watched. I loved it, it's incredible. So when they announced this film, I was both excited, but also there was a couple of question marks I had about it, because when something is as incredibly perfect as Breaking Bad, continuing on from that after the finale, it's always risky territory. But I always thought that if they were ever going to continue on from the events of Breaking Bad, that Jesse was the avenue to explore. Because even though I liked his conclusion in Felina, I always thought, what happened next with Jesse? I wouldn't mind seeing that story being told. And lo and behold, they told the story, and they told it very, very well. I loved El Camino. Now, if you've never watched Breaking Bad, number one, seriously, what are you doing with yourself? Go watch it right now. But number two, and more importantly, I really don't see any point watching this film because all the emotional weight of El Camino comes from Breaking Bad and the events that Jesse has gone through in his life that we saw in Breaking Bad. And since I have watched Breaking Bad and I've loved Breaking Bad, I found this film to be a very emotional story of Jesse trying to find his freedom. And Aaron Paul, oh my god, this guy is so good as this character. He's a great actor by himself, but Jesse Pinkman is definitely his signature role. And seeing him reprise this role in general was just great to see, but he brings so much more emotion to the role in this film, especially because of everything he's gone through, both in the life of cooking meth with Walter White, but more importantly, being put through captivity and being tortured by Jack and his gang. You just feel so much for this character. You feel all of his pain and all of his torment and all of the loss that he suffered. And it's kind of a shame that Netflix isn't pushing this to be an awards contender, because I think Aaron Paul is Oscar worthy in this film. Had Netflix have given this the Irishman treatment, I think Aaron Paul should have definitely been in the conversation for Best Actor. Other things I liked about this film are that they didn't movify it. You know what I mean by that? When you hear dialogue in a film and you're like, yeah, that's movie dialogue, and you don't hear that kind of dialogue in real life. They didn't do that with this film. In fact, it feels like an extended episode of Breaking Bad in all the best ways. And a part of that is that it is quite slow paced. There's really no action in this film at all. Kind of like in the original series where you watch an episode and it's very slow paced, it's very character driven, and in some episodes it's very emotion driven. It's the exact same thing with El Camino, and if you're a fan of the show, you're going to dig the tone and the pacing of this film very, very much. But if you're not a fan of the show and if you've never seen the show, you might find this film boring. And me being a fan of the show, I liked the pacing, I liked the tone, I liked the approach, I liked the execution. And it's all the emotional journey of Jesse Pinkman just trying to find his freedom. I was there for him, I was rooting for him, and it was just a really emotionally satisfying drama and a really good epilogue to the Breaking Bad series. There's also a few really good Breaking Bad cameos that I will not spoil, and a couple of really good flashbacks to the time period of Breaking Bad that further add more depth to Jesse Pinkman's story. When the credits of this film rolled, I sat back, took a breather, and I thought to myself, yeah, that was a story that was worth telling. And I think that's one of the best compliments that this film can get from anybody. I'm going to give El Camino a 4.5 out of 5. When it comes to continuing a franchise beyond its perceived initial completion, I think El Camino and Toy Story 4 are like the new prime examples of why that can be a great thing. Thanks very much for watching as always, guys, and the obvious question is, did you watch El Camino this weekend? What did you think about it? And how do you think it lived up to the Breaking Bad legacy? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know down there, and if you want to see more of my stuff, click on one of these in a second, and I'll see you all next time.